Welcome everyone. Today we are going to learn Geography subject standard 8, chapter number 7, population. So let's start with obtain the following information for a particular day. How many students are there in your class? Out of the total number, how many are boys and how many girls? How many are absent? What is the total strength of students in your class? What is the total number of boys and girls in your school? Which class has maximum strength of student? Which class has the most absentees? Okay, now first point, geographical explanation. In the above exercise, you obtained information about the strength of students in your class. In a similar manner, information can be obtained about the population of a village, taluka, district, state, nation and world. While obtaining this information, we have to also consider age and sex ratio, literacy, etc. Several factors are responsible for the development of a region. Out of these, population is an important factor. While studying the population of any region, the following aspects have to be considered: population growth, population distribution, population density, and last point is structure of population. Students, first we will be seeing population growth. From the above exercise, it can be seen that there is a constant change in the population of a region. Sometimes there is a decrease in population and at other times there is an increase. This increase or decrease is related to the following factors. Okay, so what is the meaning of population growth? So population growth is the increase in the number of individuals in a population. Many nations with rapid population growth have low standards of living, whereas many nations with low rates of population growth have high standards of living. Okay, now we will see which following factors are related to this population growth. First is birth rate. The number of live births per 1000 people in a year shows the birth rate. Means the birth rate is the ratio between the number of live born births in the year and the average total population of that year. Next point is death rate. The number of deaths per 1000 people in a year shows the death rate. Okay, so what is the meaning of death rate? Death rate is a measure of the number of deaths in general or due to a specific cause in a particular population scaled to the size of that population per unit of time. Next point is life expectancy. The average lifespan of an individual expected in an area at the time of birth. Okay, now what is the life expectancy? So it is a statistical measure of the average time an organism is expected to live based on the year of its birth, its current age, and the other demographic factors including gender. The most commonly used measure is life expectancy at birth, which can be defined in two ways. Next point is migration. The movement of an individual or a group out of an area or into an area is called migration. When people move into a region from outside for residence, it is called in migration. And when people move out of a region for residential purpose, it is called out migration. All the above factors affect the population growth. The difference between the birth rate and the death rate is clearly responsible for the natural changes in population. Similarly, the migration of an individual or a group constantly results in the change of population. The unchecked growth of population puts pressure on the resources of a region. On the other hand, a controlled growth of population will lead to the availability of resources in the right proportion. A controlled population is an indicator of the development of a region. So, understood students, above four factors how affect the population growth. Just the difference between the birth rate and the death rate, that is very clearly responsible for the natural changes in population. Okay, now let's try to understand second point, distribution of population. When the grains of Chowli are scattered over two areas of different sizes, in the larger area, the distribution appears sparse. See figure number 7.1. I have shown you beside the paragraph. Similarly, we can understand the distribution of population in a region. Some regions are mountainous while others are flat plains. Geographical conditions vary. Some regions are well endowed with natural resources while others have limited resources. These conditions affect the distribution of population. In areas with abundant resources, naturally the population is more. In these areas, there is dense population distribution. In areas with scarce resources, unfavorable climate, undulating terrain, etc., the population distribution is sparse. Students, sparse means what? Small in quantity or amount. Means suppose if you get favorable climate. Okay, now let's understand what is population distribution. So it means the pattern of where people live. Okay, so world population distribution is uneven. Places which are sparsely populated contain few people. Places which are densely populated contain many people. Sparsely means I have told you quantity, less quantity, small amount. Okay, so small amount populated people, places tend to be difficult places to live. Okay, so these are usually places with hostile environments. For example, Antarctica. The environment in Antarctica makes it a very challenging location to live with cold temperatures, lack of vegetations and geographical isolation. Few people live here. So because nobody can live, no. So that is why population is very sparse you can get over there. So places which are densely populated are habitable environments, for example, Western Europe and the east coast of the USA. This can be the result of flat relief, a favorable climate, availability of natural resources, and fresh water. So that is why you can get more population in this area. Population distribution is also uneven within a country. Locations with favorable conditions are generally more densely populated compared to those in more challenging environments. For example, North Wales has a lower population density than South Wales. In the north, the relief is mountainous around Snowdonia. However, in the south, the relief is flat and can be easily built on. So, students, I hope you have understood what is distribution of population. Means where you get healthy atmosphere, favorable conditions, favorable climate, water supply is good. So you can live, but if you didn't get favorable conditions, okay, so you will get sparse population in that area. Okay, now let's have a look the table of factors affecting population distribution. First, physical factors. Second, economic factors. Third, political factors. And fourth, social factors. In physical factors, location, relief, climate, soil, mineral resources, these factors are included in physical factors. Next is economic factors. In that, agriculture, industry, urbanization, transport, and markets. Third, political factors. In that, wars, political instability, government policies. And fourth factor is social factors. Race, religion, language, customs, and traditions. These factors are included in social factors. Students, we have learned 2 points in this video. I hope you must have liked it. Further part we will see in next video. Till then, thank you and take care.